Dental Soundbites bonus content.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another bonus episode of the Dental Soundbites podcast. I'm Dr. Arnell Wright, and I'm here today with Dr. Effie Ionidu and Dr. Purnima Kumar. We are having a conversation about vaping and its effects on our oral health.
So good to be here today with you guys.
Can you talk about any of the generational differences? Like, why are younger people vaping?
If you think of it, basically you're targeting a population whose prefrontal cortex is not completely developed, so their ability to process information and to synthesize it is low, which is where most addictions happen at that age. The second thing, of course, is the coolness factor. If you're blowing giant white balloons out of your mouth, dude, I want to see which girl is going to say no to a boyfriend like that. So the cool factor, and then the vaping did something different that cigarettes did not do. And again, this is the development of the online, right? Have you ever seen a TV ad for vape?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No, there isn't one. That's it. There isn't a TV ad for vape because they don't rely on the conventional media that, remember the Marlboro Man and all of that? No more. They have an online platform and they develop their own communities that interact and collaborate and, discuss these things and talk to each other. So they build those communities that are completely based on online platforms. So they're out of this mainstream, so-called mainstream now, because online is the true mainstream.
Definitely.
But the conventional media type that you would expect to see. So that again, now you have, it's almost like a gaming, right? When you're in a game room and you're gaming a video game, you have this online community that you build a rapport with. You're all doing things together. You're all bros. You're all doing your stuff. It's very similar to the same psychology that you have these online friends. I did this and I did that, and this is how I changed mine, and that's they commit. So those kinds of and the fact that it is customizable, it is highly customizable. So you can do all of that, and of course, being targeted marketing to them. It's candy flavored. It is Bananas Foster, and you put a label on the e-liquid that looks like Bananas Foster ice cream. Why would I believe it's something harmful?
Exactly. And it makes it look innocent, right? It's innocent. It's not harmful. It's just banana, passion fruit. Who cares? So it was an untapped demographic, right? I want to complete this and say that, the entire industry started with promoting the message of an aid to quit smoking, right? To help smoking cessation. So they built up on this, and it was a genius idea.
Effie, you're absolutely right. This was brought into the market as a smoking cessation tool. And you and I have talked about this back in the day, Effie. The British Dental Journal actually came out and wrote a whole just as we were bringing up research saying this is not this sinecure that it seems. It is not a panacea. Wait up, you all. The BDJ actually wrote a giant, very, very highly positive review saying this is a wonderful smoking cessation tool without much evidence at that time. So people were buying into that narrative that it's a smoking cessation tool. But, if it's a smoking cessation tool, we're now learning that 80% of naive e-cigarette users, people who start on e-cigarettes, convert to cigarettes. So it's a gateway drug.
I'm not surprised, actually. You know what? I said like that, but I'm not surprised. Like when I think about it, I'm not surprised.
I'll tell you why. The stories, the biology, everything is biology, right? Yeah. Everything goes back to biology. The biology is fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. So basically what an e-cigarette does is, so the nicotine metabolism, right? Why does nicotine become so addictive? Because nicotine hits your brain and it releases dopamine, the reward enzyme, right? The reward molecule, like eating a bar of chocolate. It makes you happy, happy, happy. The problem is nicotine. Don't do that. I haven't had dinner yet. Don't do that. But nicotine, has to hit the brain within 5 seconds. within 15 seconds, it has a small window, 5 to 15 seconds. It needs to cross the brain's blood-brain barrier for it to have that impact. Otherwise, it doesn't build up in that concentration. So when you choose a Nicorette or you put a lozenge, it releases nicotine very, very, very slowly, right? So that's why you don't get the same effects as you would with smoking. So basically, smoking, you have ton of blood vessels on the back of your throat, in the oral pharynx, in the oral cavity, it's filled with blood vessels, right? So you suck it in, it immediately hits your blood vessels. From your blood vessels, it hits your brain. The gap is just that much, right? It hits your brain immediately, and you get that high. You get what it needs. So people love that. And what the vehicle does is basically it holds that vape against your throat mucosa. It's called a throat hit.
Oh my gosh, I'm learning so much. A throat hit.
Yes. It's called a throat hit. And people use it for the throat hit, which is why they changed their, it's called PGP, the propylene glycol glycerol PVPG ratios. They keep altering it. So that throat hit gets more and more, because it's an addiction, right? You can develop a threshold to it. So now you have to up it, and you have to up it. And at some point, the e-cigarette doesn't give you that. So you really just have to go to tobacco, so, combustible cigarettes. So the 80%, there's data to show it, multiple levels of data to show that people who start with e-cigarettes end up smoking cigarettes. So the opposite is being seen. It's not a smoking cessation tool. It's actually a gateway to smoking.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was such fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Purnima.
Well, for all of our listeners, if you know someone that would love to learn more and hear this episode, please be sure to share it with them.
And don't forget to rate the episode, to write a review, and follow us on social media. We do this, right?
Yes.
Dental Soundbites is an American Dental Association podcast. Learn more at ada.org/podcast.